Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
My name's Anne and I'm an alcoholic, and the question is, step 9, how do we ensure our amends are sensible, tactful, considerate and humble? My experience has been, and I should say continues to be, because although I've been sober a while, if I'm working the rest of my program, steps 10, 11, on a regular basis, I still find myself having to make amends on a fairly frequent basis. My experience has been that it's often really important for me to take guidance on when and how to make an amends, and usually from my sponsor or another member who knows me well. And that's particularly the case where it's something significant that's really troubling me, that I feel I need to make an amends for. It's important for me to get that guidance for a couple of reasons. The first is that I often will tend to see a situation just from my point of view. And of course that's natural in a way, but my sponsor and that guidance will help me to see the bigger picture, the point of view from the other person or people involved. And that helps me get a better idea of what it is I'm making amends for in the first place. I came into AA a chronic people pleaser, and that is still a defect that can trip me up from time to time. If I say or do something and don't get the reaction I expect from someone, my first reaction is often to assume that it's all down to me, that I've done something wrong and I have to rush in and fix it to make the other person happy. And in doing that, of course, I'm actually being quite selfish. I'm making it all about me, making myself feel better. Wise guidance from someone who knows me can help me get a better perspective about whether a situation is one where I owe an amends in the first place, and also what form the amends should make. I may be entirely at fault in the situation, or I may not be. Maybe one of my character defects is engaged with a character defect of somebody else, and while it's important for me to own my part, it's not appropriate to take on theirs. I've had to have it pointed out to me that excessive guilt is actually the reverse of humility. The other thing that wise guidance from a sponsor can do is to help me determine what form an amends should make. Is it a matter of a simple apology? Does it require action, either immediate or in the form of a change in behaviour that I may have to work at over time? A living amends? Am I making amends in a way that doesn't inflict any further harm, either on the person themselves or on my others? Left to my own devices, I might want to get something off my chest. Maybe I want to give a lengthy explanation of why I did something or behaved the way I did. And that might make me feel better, but in the process I might be actually causing hurt or further distress to somebody else. Making amends is not about easing my conscience at somebody else's expense. And it's been important for me to be aware of that.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.